Hello, hello, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Cinderella phenomenon. So, we are met here by Lady Parfait and Delora, the witch and the fairy, or vice versa. And Delora cursed us with the Fairytale Curse. So, Parfait is elected to answer some of our questions. Why was I cursed? Seriously? You're really going to ask that? I wouldn't have asked if I knew the answer. You have such a temper on you. Very well, this one's got a simple answer. It's because you're a cold-hearted, cruel, wicked princess who deserves to be punished. Delora, a curse is the only way to force you to change your horrid ways. Delora, you could have put that more nicely. I'm pretty sure I was already being nice. Change? Why do I need to change? Are you completely unaware of how heartless you are to other people? The coldness you show to your step-family and your father? I've had to watch you for 5 months, the way you treat Princess Emmeline, the fairy, not Delora. Why would they need to be treated any differently? You need to prove that you have some goodness in you, princess. Some smidge of kindness. Why? People only show you kindness when they want something from you. The instant they get what they want, they just throw you away. Well, I can't really argue with that. Anyways, how do I break the curse? The necklace you've got is one of Cinderella's glass slippers. To break the curse, you must get the second slipper. Complete the pair. And how do I do that? By doing three good deeds. I need to pay attention to whose name is where. What? It's a very easy thing to do. At least for someone who knows how to be good. 3 good deeds. What does that even mean? I wouldn't even know where to start. Take heart, princess. Goodness is innate in everyone. Are you sure that's the case with this one? Delora, you are not helping. I'm a witch, and I think I have more goodness in my big toe than she has in her entire body. Now you're just being mean. She's not wrong. For every good deed you accomplish, you will get a piece of the glass slipper. When you've gotten all 3, you'll complete the pair and the curse will break. Simple. I suggest you start by polishing that attitude of yours. What else would you like to know? What happens if I don't break the curse? I think you know the answer to that one already, princess. You remain as you are. Homeless and princessless. So, why are you two working together? To answer that, we'll have to give you a bit of a history lesson. Oh, I've got this. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were 2 crystals. Dramatics aside, there is one crystal in the kingdom called the Crystallum Lucis. It is powered by happiness and love. The other is the Crystallum Tenebrum, powered by fear and anger. The strongest of the witches is the Tenebrum bearer. The strongest of the fairies is the Lucis bearer. Parfait is the Lucis bearer. I take in Parfait's frail and sickly appearance. She is the strongest fairy? The Great War greatly damaged me. My powers are a fraction of what they used to be. And with no child, I have no successor to my burden. What does a bearer do? The bearers regulate the energy of the crystals and keep the balance between darkness and light. For centuries, the fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom. Until a certain human decided to be a pest. Who was he? I knew him as Hans Gabriel Grimm. He wrote the fairy tales. And he started the feud between the witches and the fairies in the process because that's what bards do. How could a single person have so much power? He's a bard. If a bard, gave a scathing enough insult to a king, it would raise welts on his skin, and a blemished king has no right to rule, according to, Celtic mythos. Bards were so powerful, they're not allowed to marry and have children, because that child would be far too powerful for anyone's good. They're bards. That's what they do. It was the power of his words. In Grimm's stories, the witches were always evil. The humans naturally grew to fear and hate them. They began to hunt them. Didn't the witches fight back? We aren't allowed to use our powers to cause harm. But that all changed when the Fire Nation attacked. I mean, when the Tenebron Bearer decided revenge was more important than our promise. The witches took over the kingdom. They created the Fairytale Curse to spread even more sadness and anger, to fill the human heart with negative emotions, all to fuel the power of the Tenebron. The delicate balance of harmony between the crystals was broken. And the Avatar, master of all the crystals, vanished. The witches in the Tenebron grew far stronger than they were ever meant to be. We had no choice but to fight, and then the Great War happened. The Tenebron Bearer was eventually defeated. The Great War was ended with the help of an unexpected ally, but many lives were lost. The good witches suffered horribly. We still have to stay hidden in hopes of having any kind of peace. Are you trying to make me believe that there are good witches? Are you a good witch or a bad witch? I'm a sandwich. Sorry. The Tenebron can poison a heart and mind into darkness and cruelty. The witches put themselves at risk in working with the Tenebron in maintaining harmony. Some, inevitably, are corrupted. Many good witches were corrupted during the war. Most remain that way. Many do not believe it, but witches can be just as kind as fairies. And yet, it wasn't a fairy that cursed me, Delora, if that even is your real name. I've done good by cursing you, Princess. You'll thank me when you've broken it. Delora was not corrupted by the Tenebron. She is as good as they come. Hopefully you'll come to see that for yourself. I doubt it. Apart from my own inherent goodness, Parfait and I are working together because we have a common goal, which is to restore the balance between darkness and light. 3 good deeds, and I get my life back. Easier said than done. You said Cinderella, didn't you? Did she just go to a ball and find a prince? What does doing good have to do with that? Going to a ball, finding a prince, it's all so old-fashioned, no fun in that. Cinderella is a girl with a pure heart. She's always willing to help others, even when they are cruel to her. Anyway, I've brought some clothes for you. I'll leave them on the table. We'll be waiting outside. There's some people I'd like you to meet. I cannot believe this. I looked down at my neatly bandaged feet that were, about to be frostbitten off, if Anise didn't help you. I have to admit, while sore, they are nowhere near as painful as they had been 2 days before. Here's some salve I made for you. It'll help with the pain. Why would she even care? I was the reason she lost her job at the palace. Oh, she probably doesn't remember me as the princess. But still, she has no reason to do such things for me, other than being a good person. Huh? The lessons you're supposed to be learning as a result of the curse? I ignore the salve for the time being and gingerly stand up, testing my feet for pain. The injury is definitely healing. I slowly walk over to the table and change into the clothes that have been left there. The dress is nowhere near as luxurious as the ones I wear in the palace, but it is far improved from my rags. All my life, I've never had to lift a finger, and now, I will not let them see how much they've rattled me. I refuse to break. Just watch me. I will free myself from this curse. Will you now? Oh, will you? Well, try as you might. What is this place? There are several people in the room chatting amiably with each other. I noticed that the girl that had left me the salve by the counter, serving drinks. But as soon as the people in the room notice me, the room falls into immediate silence. Well, look at what we have here. The Ice Princess herself. Huh? They know who I am? I didn't think it was true. cursed for her cold-heartedness, as to be expected. You remember who I am, and yet you still treat me like this. Well, you aren't really a princess anymore, are you? You're one of us now, girl. Everyone, please, you shouldn't be treating a newcomer like this. Princess, let me apologize. They mean no offense. I think they do, actually. I think they mean every offense. And more. I cannot believe that. Not when the people Parfait is referring to simply smirk and shrug as I meet their gazes. What is this place? Welcome to the Marchen Tavern, a home for those with the Fairytale Curse. You make it sound like some kind of holiday house. Don't ruin my moment, Delora. Marchen? Tavern? The Marchen was built 3 years ago, when the number of cursed in Angielle continued to rise. The goal is to gather those affected so they might help each other break their curse. Of course, I am also here to provide help as necessary. Only the cursed and those allied with our cause can stay here. The evil and the wicked can never find this place. Most of the people here are cursed? How come these people remember who I am? The cursed are not affected by the conditions of someone else's curse. Your condition is simple. Everyone has forgotten you are the crowned princess. But because these people here are cursed, they still remember your title. It goes without saying that fairies and witches are also not affected. Come, princess, let me introduce you to the few boarders we have left at the Marchen. Parfait beckons the serving girl over. This is a niece. She helps out in the Marchen and does most of the cooking. I'm sure you understand why she's working here now. I believe she deserves an apology. Miss Delora, what are you talking about? Don't you worry your sweet little head over it. You don't remember what this ice princess did to you. Huh? I have nothing to apologize for. Clumsiness does not befit a palace maid. I only did what was necessary. Well, it's nice to meet you, Princess. I'm Anise Willow. I hope we get along. Well, second time's worth the charm. Or, third time's the charm, second time. I don't know. I was going for something. But, happy to meet you again for the first time. Right. Really? Is this how you're going to start doing good? I don't believe I asked for your opinion. Please, you two, no fighting. I hold my tongue as Parfait leads me to two people whose faces are incredibly familiar. They are faces I have seen in the palace before. This is Jurien Valent and Garland Belrot. How did you know? Both of you were in the Order of Caldera. That's right. They were two of Sir Alcaster's best knights. It was a big surprise when they both left a year ago. I only found out recently that it was because they acted against Sir Alcaster's orders. They were stripped of their titles and dishonorably discharged from service. Though we don't know why. What are you two doing here? We help the fairies. They and Anise are exceptions and are allowed in this tavern without the curse. Jurien and Garland lend us their strength to help protect the Marchen. Protect? From the witches. They'd do anything to make sure their curses remain unbroken. And what about you? I am an exception. Also, I'm good. You keep forgetting the good part. Good part. Remember, not all witches are evil. Your curse is a test. A test? Originally, the wicked were cursed so they could learn to change. Their curses were meant to help teach them a lesson. I'm hoping your curse will teach you a lesson too, Ice Princess. I really am only trying to help you. I don't need you to show me how to change. I just want my life back. Well, to do that, you'll have to break your curse. Try and make some friends, Princess. They might be able to help you break your curse. Oh, I'd love to hang around and watch the princess try to be friendly. We have work to do, Delora. Fine. Try not to make any more enemies, Princess. The instant Parfait and Delora leave the room, the temperature drops several degrees. Now that I'm alone, I feel the cold stares return. Disgust, contempt. As if I am the reason they are cursed and have to take refuge in the Marchen in the first place. Make friends? All I've ever had are my dolls. I've never needed friends. I will break this curse on my own. I was told it was rude to stare. One man suddenly stands up, the anger apparent on his face. His hands clench and unclench into fists as he glares at me pointedly. Jurian and Garland place themselves in front of me, shielding me from the man. You know the rules. What happened in the past stays in the past. No one is allowed to harm anyone else in the Marchen. If you cannot comply, you are no longer welcome here. No matter. The Ice Princess will get what's coming to her. He throws one last glare my way before sitting down again. Break the rules and you'll get what's coming to you. That goes for everyone here. Jurian's tone is cold and firm. There's no doubt that she means what she says. So these are the great knights of the Order of Caldera. The Marchen begins to settle down and everyone eventually goes back to their conversations and meals. I walk toward an empty table, realizing that I am being deliberately ignored. I become immersed in my own thoughts as I sit down. One thought, however, comes to me immediately. They hate me. They hate me somehow when I've only ever left the palace twice in my life. And you keep firing maids who, accidentally do things, you know? That might have something to do with it. You might have had some of them fired and had them lose their livelihoods, so that might be part of it. How did this happen? The only people who treated me with any respect were Anise, Jurian, and Garland. Is it because they cannot remember who I am? Maybe being in the Marchen is not such a good idea. I doubt anyone here wants to help me break my curse. They'd probably rather see me suffer under its weight. 3 good deeds? How am I supposed to complete 3 when I do not even know if I can accomplish 1? Hey, pretty lady! May I join you? I look up and stare in shock at the beautiful lady from the toy shop. Her beauty still manages to take my breath away. What is she doing here? You were in the toy shop. Ah, yes, I was picking up some items for a friend. I am humbled you still remember me. Sparkles! Allow me to introduce myself. I am Miss Karma. Outrunning Karma, that boy. Sorry, there's a song called Outrunning Karma, and now I think I'm gonna think of it every time I see that name, honestly. Your name is Karma? A suitable name for someone as beautiful as me, no? Just a spot on the nose. Karma, your narcissism is going to scare the princess away. Oh, you are that magician boy. Boy? Oh, how appropriate, boy. Call me that one more time and I'll ruin that pretty face of yours. Oh, you would hit a lady? How savage. Awkward silences. Anyway, I'm Waltz Cresswell. I have the Neverland Curse. Oh, that makes sense. That explains why you were also a man in the opening sequence. What about you, princess? What's your fairytale curse? Does everyone share what their curse is? We talk about it freely in the Marchen. The whole point is helping each other break our curses, after all. Hard to do that if we keep our fairy tales quiet. He pauses, then narrows his eyes slightly. Well, some people keep their fairy tales a secret. Like this one over here. Yes, Karma briefly, cocking an eyebrow. The smile never leaves Karma's face. I ain't telling you shit. Has anyone ever managed to break their curse? I've been told that a few have. A few? That's not very reassuring. Well, at least the curses can be broken. I cannot particularly say that reassures me either. What ails you, darling? Is it your curse? You can talk to us about it. Tell us what it is. Cinderella. Oh goodness, Cinderella. That explains the nature of your curse. Only it's been reversed, hasn't it? Riches to rags. That's one way of putting it. Karma, you're not helping. You really are better off ignoring him, Princess. He mostly speaks nonsense. He? Oh. Oh, okay. I guess that's Karma's curse. Like, because Karma was a guy last time we saw Karma in the night, but the 2 times we've seen Karma during the day, Karma was a girl. So Karma's originally a guy? I think? That would explain it. Princess? Parfait's voice takes me by surprise. I hadn't even noticed her entering the room again. May I speak with you? And we will speak to Parfait in the next episode. So thank you all for coming, and I'll see you then. So bye bye!